The hunt for a suspected serial killer intensifies this morning on New York's Long Island, where 2 more sets of possible human remains were found yesterday, not far from where 8 other bodies were apparently dumped. CBS News correspondent Seth Doan is at Jones Beach, where the latest discoveries were made just yesterday. Seth, good morning.
Good morning, Chris. The search for clues that might have been left behind by a serial killer continues up and down this beach today. Experts say this may have been a very good place for a serial killer to dump bodies because of its remote location, because it's an area that's open to the elements. So far, it's believed some of the bodies may have been out here for years.
As the crime scene expands, so does the mystery. As many as 10 sets of remains have been discovered so far in this thick brush along this desolate stretch of beach.
You're dealing with a very prolific, evil person or group of people, assuming these are all linked.
Fred Klein helped prosecute another Long Island serial killer in the early 90s, named Joel Rifkin.
Are you surprised that more bodies have been found, that there could be as many as 10?
Well, once we got past the initial 4, and now you have another cluster of 4, nothing's going to shock me.
Klein is surprised by how close together the bodies have been found, within just a few miles of each other.
Which is somewhat unique for a serial killer.
Unique? Why?
Well, most of them want to spread the bodies apart so that if one is found, there's no connection to the others.
The search intensified yesterday with around 125 people combing these beach dunes, uncovering 2 sets of remains, including a skull. It's not yet clear if the bones are from 2 separate victims.
I just know that he's a very sick individual and he needs to be caught as soon as possible.
For Lynn Barthelemy, this search is personal. Her daughter Melissa is one of the 4 victims discovered last December. After she disappeared, the family's horror story continued when her younger sister received taunting phone calls from a man who may have been the killer.
She was just totally distraught.
But those phone calls might be some of the best evidence investigators have.
It's definite that the police have very good leads. It's very unusual to find a burial site like this with multiple victims. So just from that alone, they've got leads.
Now, there are reports this morning that police do have persons of interest in this case, but officially, authorities are denying there are any suspects. Chris?
CBS's Seth Doan for us this morning. Seth.